Well, hello. Welcome back to Pioneer Map. This is episode 6. We're just about back at the farm with the mower. Going to get going with some grass cutting. There's going to be a lot of grass cutting. So what I'm going to do is just take you on a lap of the border, showing you the area that we're going to cut. And then I'll jump to the end of the whole grass cutting episode, unless of course something happens in between. As you can see, got about a 4-meter width, going quite nicely on the self-propelled mower. We're going to keep a forest border for a couple of reasons. Basically, to maintain the supply of trees to the wood chipper, so that we can keep up our end of the bargain of having got this land. And secondly, to maintain a corridor for the wildlife. So if they have a safe route to go through the farm and around the farm in all directions by having a forestry border all around, then most of the wildlife will thrive. Looks like the forestry guys left their saw right in the middle of where I want to cut. Luckily it's not that heavy. I'll just move it out, put it on one of these trees, and I'm sure they'll pick it up next time they're around. There we go. Let's get back to the mower. So as I was saying, we'll do the border of the area that I'm going to cut. We haven't taken out the stumps yet, so we're going to be cutting around the stumps. But we're expecting the sheep sometime soon. So I've got to get some grass for them so that they've got something to eat when they get here. So it moves around quite nicely, although it's quite light on the back end, so it does tend to spin out every now and again. Takes a little bit of controlling. So as you can see, when you mow the grass, it doesn't mow down the actual bushes and brush. That should be removed when we do the ploughing to plough up most of this area to make a nice big field. Haven't decided fully what crop we're going to put in. It'll have to be one of the cereal crops. And I think whatever can be planted just to get our first crop in. Eventually we'll have to plant things like barley and maize as well, so that we can perhaps get some chickens going. Get some eggs going. Of course, make some flour. There we go. I told you. Every now and again it just does its own thing. I don't know if it hit anything at the back there, but it just went its own way. Luckily I was on the gear steering, let's not call it gear steering, on the little gear knob type thing on the steering wheel, which I use when I do particularly vehicles that are driven on the back wheels, so that if they do kick out like that, it doesn't rip your arms out of its socket. So we've pretty much done a lap, and you can see that the area is quite vast. It's going to take quite a while at this sort of width to cut all the grass. What we'll do is we'll get it all cut, then I will go and get a, there we go, all done. just this last little piece. Let's put the lights on. It's getting a little bit gloomy. What we'll do now is we'll go and arrange for this mower to go back to the shop, and then we'll go and lease a forage wagon so we can pick this all up, put some of it, or the first load, some of the first load will go into the sheep pen, the rest we'll put into the fermentation silo, get the silage fermentation going. And as I said in the last episode, we'll just have to keep back about 30,000 litres of grass for sheep feed for the future. I said to them I'd park it outside the wood chipping station so that they knew where to get it. Switch everything off. And there we go, it's all done. Right, so I'm back at the farm now with the forage wagon. We'll get our first load up and then into the silo. After, of course, we've given the sheep some. Well, there's no sheep here. After we filled the sheep pen up with some grass in anticipation. The sheep should be at any time now. The stock merchant did say to me that he'll have them delivered as soon as he can, and as soon as they're delivered he will put through my payments, and it should come off my account, whatever the cost is. It's going to be about £4,000, $4,000 should I say. Still thinking in the old pound terms. The currency I say is dollars, so about $4,000 I think is the total cost of the sheep when they do arrive. This tractor is just about pulling this forage wagon. We'll have to start thinking about upgrading the power. This is only 85 horsepower, and to power up this sort of size of land we're going to need at least, I'd say 200 to 250 horsepower. So we'll have to see what type of deal we can do with the store. It should be okay. Maybe we can get in some sort of high purchase deal or bank loan or something along those lines. We'll definitely need something more powerful. Possibly trade this in as well. It's a little bit I don't think we need two tractors at this point in time. There will come a time when we need more than one tractor, but at the moment I think we can get by with one tractor and then leasing as many of the implements as and when necessary. Unless, of course, as I said the last time, we get some sort of deal. If there are deals, if there's something where they make us an offer we cannot refuse, then we'll have to do that. Right, so we've got a full load. Let's find out where I can tip this out. Just edge on forward. There goes my drone operator again into the trees. I did have a word, and essentially he's just also learning how to fly the drone, so some footage is better than no footage. And of course I wanted the the sheep in the trees so that they can have some sort of shade. Right, just going to offload the rest. And then we'll get back to picking up all the other grass. So once we've got the sheep, they will be lambs, so they will take a little while before they start producing wool. They will, while they're growing up, produce some wool, but not to their full potential. And then, of course, it'll be a little while before they can reproduce. But the idea is to take this basic first herd and just grow the sheep production from there. And we'll put up more pens and areas for the sheep to roam. Right. I've just noticed that the money's gone out of my account, so I think the sheep must have been delivered. We're heading on up that way now, so we'll stop there. Oh, yeah, I can see them. I can see them. Oh, scraped the side of the trailer. Luckily it's on lease. We won't say anything. See if they notice. Hopefully they won't. Oh, there they are. There they are. Let's stop and go and have a look. Oh, it's all very exciting. I finally feel like we're starting to get on the road to development. I feel like the groundwork is starting to pay off. So there's 10 beautiful sheep. Really put all the food out for them, so they're very happy. They're really eating. There's plenty of water for them. And they're looking very comfortable. So as you can see, I've got no fences up. Going to free range these, well, any animals that we have on the farm. There are of course certain inherent dangers with free ranging animals in this type of terrain and this type of situation where it is a little bit wild, but we'll take measures to counteract it. Well, I suppose we better get back to work. Right, so we've got another load. I think with this load, seeing as we've only got a couple of $100 in the bank, let's go and sell this directly to one of the stations that will buy them. Let's have a look and see. Yeah, there it is down there. Oh, it's not too far away. That's the baling station. So we'll take this over there, see what we can get for it, and at least we'll have enough in the account should there be any unforeseen payments that need to be made. I doubt it, but it's just nice to have at least 4 figures in the bank. I think we'll eventually put a bridge over there once we get going. Get a nice strong bridge going, and maybe not repair the other bridges, but put up some more sturdy bridges so that the people travelling between the two towns that we have here, or the two main towns that we have here, can move freely and safely. I hope we're not losing too much of our valuable grass by bumping along. I wouldn't have thought so. We've got the sort of a netting type thing over the top that should prevent it. There we go, all highlighted so that we know where to go. And yeah, there we go, sort of getting into the 4 figures. Not too bad, not too bad. So if you keep your eye on the top right hand side, you'll see how much we got for that. You will also notice that there was an environmental charge. So with the environmental charges, as we make our farming more environmentally friendly, it will reduce. Well, we got all the other grass picked up and into the silo. Just picking up the last pieces. Then we'll get this forage trailer back to the shop, so we can stop paying these fees on it. And then we'll try and get a load of silage out to the baling station so that we can have a little bit more leeway, a little bit more safety with some money in the bank. Well, that's the lot. Let's go and offload this. So nicely cleared, except for where the stumps are. We'll have to lease a stump grinder, get all those stumps done. Then we'll have to plough up the fields. We'll have to get the soil analysed. All this costs money, so we've got to make money out of the silage, I think, to be able to pay for all of that. And then once we've done that, we can work out whether we need to lime, how much fertilizer needs to go on the field, but that'll all come through later. Let's go and get a load of silage that's been manufactured and fermented. Cutting the grass has taken so long that we've got enough for a full load to go down to the baling station. We should get about 3,000 or 4,000 out of that, I should think. Yeah, so we're sitting on 1.3 now. Oh, see what happens when you don't have all the stumps out. Luckily we weren't going very fast. It's another thing we'll have to do. We'll have to get some roads and some system of coming in and going out instead of just driving all over and hitting things that are lurking in the grass. If I was in my old sedan back home, that would have taken the oil sump out. Luckily I just think we hit it on the tyre, because if it had gone through the middle we would have driven straight over it. So things are starting to move along. At least we're starting to get a plan of how to make some money. Where are we now? So, yeah, so it's just on 2:45 in the afternoon. I don't think we're about to get any more silage sold today. It does take a little while to ferment. Just reverse this in, offload, see how much we make. These old trucks, it's always a little bit difficult to get them into reverse. Not complaining, mind you, it's been fantastic to have this Fiat. It's worked very, very well. And came at the right time, of course, for us. Came at a time when we really needed to have some sort of machinery. And the same can be said about the tractor. Right, so there we go. Just under 5,000. Bit of environmental costs. Not too bad. So now we'll get back to the farm. And when we get back, I've got a little surprise for you. Hopefully we'll be able to meet a new member of our team, Mackenzie. As you can see, Mackenzie is going to be our guard dog. There he is, just fleetingly you can catch him on the behind me. We'll try and get his area nice and cleared up for him. And he's just going to roam around the sheep, guard them from any dangers, any foxes. It's his job. And we'll see him every day. As you can see, he's already off. Yeah. I'm just hoping he'll come back so you can get a better look at him. He's got into the shadows. Well, we'll call it a day for there. Please like and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching.